Open-wheel racing at the Belle Isle circuit has been a highlight of the racing calendar since 1992. The race has often followed the crown jewel race, the Indianapolis 500, to kick off June. Since 2012, the race has been part of the Indycar schedule each and every year. But if some nearby residents have their way, the future of racing on the island looks bleak. In an article published by the Detroit News, residents and race fans met with officials from Michigan's Department of Natural Resources, who control the island, earlier this week. Some locals from around the Detroit area want the race moved off the island due to the 11-week process of setup and cleanup that restricts large parts of Belle Isle. However, race organizers have pledged to reduce this time allotment in future years. The push from locals to remove the race from Belle Isle appears to be one more focused on environmental and personal impacts than economics. Organizers have said the IndyCar Grand Prix has generated over $45 million in economic development and regularly brings in close to 100,000 patrons to the island each year. Comparing this large event to other smaller events cited like a family reunion, wedding, or graduation belittles the hefty economic success the race provides. In all fairness to the discussion surrounding the event, the Department of Natural Resources is doing their due diligence. They inherited the contract with the Detroit Grand Prix when they took control of the island in 2014. The contract is set to expire in 2018, meaning renewal could be an option going forward. Otherwise, it is possible that the race could move to another location in Detroit or cease to exist once again. Moving the race to another location in Detroit, however, would seem unlikely. Shutting down city streets would prove to be more of an inconvenience than using Belle Isle for IndyCar. Furthermore, racing around the Detroit skyline or their other sports stadiums pale in comparison to the scenic views along the racecourse at Belle Isle. If the race is not allowed to continue in its current location, it would seem unlikely the race would continue at all in Detroit. What do you think? Should IndyCar keep racing on Belle Isle, or should the race be moved elsewhere in the Detroit metro? Would IndyCar keep racing in Detroit if they could not race on the island? Comment with your thoughts below, and stick with Beyond the Flag for the latest off-season IndyCar developments.